Facebook. Can y'all hear me? Let me know y'all can hear me on this live. Hey, replay people. It's good to have you on the live when you come back and listen to this video. And hey to my viewers. Listen, I'm excited. Live looks so lit. Like on Facebook now, like I got stars and everything. But listen, I'm thoroughly enjoying like studying media. I think it's absolutely amazing. For me, like I got a big personality. I'm fun. I like to be extremely social. I'm like, God knew exactly what he was doing concerning me when he placed me, to do the mountain of media. Like I'm sitting back just watching, and I was on a video listening to it, and the guy said, can y'all let me know y'all can hear me okay? The guy said, oh, the media controls our thinking. And I was thinking to myself, like, nah, because don't nobody control my thinking. Like, how do you get to a place to where, y'all, Elam right here, he on candy, and I'm going to let him so I can talk to y'all. I said, how do we get to a place to where we're allowing the media to control our thinking, right? Like, at some point, you got to realize that you got to be in control of your mind. Now, however, when we show up online and on these media outlets and we're reading magazines and we looking in the newspapers and we on social media and we reading billboards and we reading emails and we got all these messages going around. However, the media will tell us what to think about, right? Because you're spending time like reading and watching videos and all of that, right? And so now the media is telling you what to think about. And so I just really began to think about, our position as business owners and leaders and ministry leaders, right? It's our responsibility to show up in the media with a message, right? Each and every one of you all have a message, right? Think about how far God has brought you. Think about your values, what you believe in, the things that you know, right? Those things are valuable. And sometimes I question, I say, man, why are so many people afraid to show up online? Why are we afraid to show up and use our voices? Why are we afraid to use our platforms to, just post positivity and shift people's thinking and, ultimately like push them into destiny? Like, why are we afraid to show up? Or some of us are not afraid to show up, but sometimes we don't create the time and space to do it. And so I'm so excited about Fresh Digital, y'all, because the community part. So it's two sides to Fresh Digital. As you all know, like I'm a graphic designer, do websites and all of that fun stuff. But I also have a coaching side to me. I'm a coach. And so, I do this all the time. I teach people on how to get systems set up, marketing, all of that. And so I'm excited about just having a community of us to just get together, mastermind, brainstorm, be more intentional when showing up, right? And just really keeping a fresh perspective concerning the media, because the media is like always moving. It's fast. You'll look up and one day we'll be talking about, the media could be talking about, Fabulous over 40. The next day we talking about Kanye. The next day, we talking about something else. The media is so fast. And you got to be bold. You got to be loud. You got to be intentional when you step out here, especially in media and marketing. And something that I learned too is like media is a product. It's something that you all offer, right? Like I think that we take our free platforms, free social media and all that for granted. We say, well, it's just a free social media site, but no, it's a media outlet. It's a place for you to come to, right? And to deliver a message, right? Like I think the media is absolutely amazing. And I'm just so glad God chose me to be a part of this mountain. Like, I don't know about you all, but you ever had like a job and you really love this job? Like you love showing up. It had great benefits. Like the moment I created the logo for Fresh Digital, that's how I felt. I was like, man, this mug finna be so lit. Like I really felt that way. And I was like, man, I feel like I work for a really good company. And I said, man, God, thank you. I was like, thank you, God. And so like when you hit that place concerning your business or what it is that God gave you, you next level. You next level. I said, man, it's about to go down. And so I went live today in Fresh Digital. I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited about this thing right here. Like, I've been excited about a lot of different things that God has given me, but this thing, I'm really excited about it. So, y'all, it's a takeover. We finna dominate in every industry. I decree and I declare it. Yeah, it's like, I remember a time where I used to just be so, like, timid, afraid to just show up. I was afraid. Y'all, I was afraid last year to just talk on Clubhouse. Like, now I be on there, you know, now I get on there. So one day you could be literally, you know, sitting in fear and questioning, you know, is this what really God has called me to like really thriving and feeling confident in your ability to execute a thing. Like, and I really want to see people get to this point, you know, just being confident about what God has given you. So I'm excited about my fresh crew and them showing up next level. I'm ready to teach them everything I know. I'm still taking master classes and courses. I'm still making investments, right? Because I got to keep a fresh perspective. And I mean, that's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. So y'all, I'm excited about the media. I'm excited. When I think about media, like, you know, I'm thinking about just every outlet. Sometimes we only think about social media like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, but the media is like extremely like broad. Like, you got written media like newspapers. I mean, do people even read newspapers? What's up, Candace? What's up, boss? She got that new iPhone. Her content finna be lit. She finna be all through the media. You know, we got newspapers. People don't really buy newspapers no more, right? I guess they download the apps. But billboards is a form of media, like the radio. Like, y'all be sleeping. Like, people only see social media, but like, man, there's so many people out in the world. Now I love social media because it's billions of people on these apps every single day. These free apps showing up, scrolling, just consuming content. I'm like, listen, how easy is that? You know, and I think about our businesses and what we have to offer. Like, we got free apps, y'all. Like Zuckerberg now. Like, y'all get on this app now. However, everything ain't free. You know, somebody paying for something. So, of course, you have ads and things that's running. But it costs us nothing to show up, right? It costs us nothing. And I think that one of the things that we forget is like, we so worried about the algorithm. Like, you know, well, you know, the algorithm this and I'm blocked from that. And are people really seeing my stuff? But I don't think we even show up enough. Like, we're not even maxing out on our, you know, as we show up. Like, you got to max this thing out. Like, go live, make posts, like make statuses, like find your favorite feature and kill it. If you love reels, post a gang of reels. If you like written statuses, post a gang of written statuses. Like, if your sauce is in the engagement, like mine, I really like to engage and interact on people's comments. Like, do a whole lot of that, but don't complain about the algorithm when you don't show up. Right? Like, I think that, and then we discount ourselves, right? We may say, oh, we only got 4,000 followers. That's a lot of followers. That's a lot of people, right? Like, how did you get to that point? You know, don't discount yourself because you feel like my vanity metrics aren't, you know, like, we don't have that. No, like, God has already given you an audience of people, like people that value you, people that want to listen to what you have to say, people that don't mind sharing what it is that you putting out there. You're impacting somebody. Just like, you know how you go out and people are like, man, yeah, your stats really be blessing me. And then you be like, well, why you ain't like none of them? That don't even matter. That don't even matter because I know them analytics letting me know that it reached, right? So I might make a status or make a post or put a video out and it might only have like, you know, 60 likes. Okay. But when I check them analytics, when I check those analytics and it say it got like 1,000 impressions, that means somebody stopped on the timeline to see what it is that you had to say. No, they didn't like it. No, they didn't share it, but they saw what it is that you put out there. And you impacting people that will never give you credit. And that's okay. I don't care if people give me credit or not. I'm being obedient to God. So if God say, man, if he plays something on my heart and he say, you know what, this is for the people, I'm posting it. Right? Like, don't get consumed. I'm telling y'all, the sauce is not in the likes, y'all. You got to check them analytics. You got to check them impressions, check them views, see how great of a reach you had. Like check your reach. I don't trip off likes anymore. I'm like, but how many people did this post reach though? You will be shocked and surprised, y'all. You will literally have 30 likes, right? 2 shares, and you like, man, a lot of people didn't like it. Did it really make an impact? But you check them analytics, oh, it'd be like it'd be like 1,200 impressions. It reached 5,000 people. People saw what it is that you put out there. And I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I'll just be scrolling so fast and I'll see it. And then, holding these phones hurt sometimes. Yeah, I'm not going to make excuses for people because I don't know why they don't like the statuses all the time. So we just going to stop there. But, there's no excuse for not showing up on free apps. Like, it's just not. We showing up anyway, right? Scrolling, consuming content. Like, it's some powerful people on these apps. Like, y'all got powerful stories. Y'all got something to offer, right? Like, I think that we just don't create the time and space, because if somebody told us, oh, you gonna get $1 million if you show up on live like every single day for the next 30 days, baby, I'm gonna be on live. If I'm in a bonnet, I'm getting on live, because that money is guaranteed, right? Like, just think about that. How much is it costing you not to show up? I think about that all the time. Like, man, if I don't show up, then what? Like, God to give us something and then we don't show up. It's like, because we got excuses. We say, well, I don't have time, or, I'm nervous. We just come up with stuff. My kids this, or we got to create the time and space to do it, especially if you are a business owner. Like, if you're a small business owner or influencer or whatever, and you selling a product, you got an offer, whether even if it's just a podcast or something like that. Well, I don't want to say just a podcast, because podcasts are dope. But, if it's a podcast, whatever it is that you have to offer, whether it's free or paid, like, you're in charge of the marketing of that, unless you're going to pay a marketing company to do it, right? So you're going to show up. How do you show up, right? A flyer is not a marketing strategy. Flyers are dope. I create flyers. But that's not it. Just posting your flyer just isn't it. You got to show up. Marketing started when you created the business, right? When you first put it out there. It's a process. It's not just a project. You don't just show up for marketing every time you want to get paid for something. No, Elon, right? Like, this is a lifestyle. This is what we do every single day. And so don't touch that. And so show up. Yes, create time and space. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Janae, period. Y'all, so I just wanted to go live. I haven't been live in a while. I actually enjoy going live. But I'm doing better. So I'm excited about, just this new season. Just everything that God is doing in my life. Like, I don't know if you all can feel the shift, but I feel it. Like, I can feel like the elevation, right? The promotion. And, sometimes we be waiting on man to promote us, but I feel like I got a promotion in the spirit. Like, some of us got businesses. Like, promote yourself, right? Like, I'm promoting myself to a new company. Like, I'm the CEO of Fresh Digital now. First it was something else. I don't know what it was. But, promote yourself. Like, y'all waiting on man to promote you. Like, I'm looking at, like, different opportunities, and I'm like, I know I could kill that job. It's crazy, because just like 3 or 4 years ago, I remember looking at different positions online and feeling like I wasn't qualified, right? And now I be looking at stuff like, man, I know I could kill that. It's like, it's different. It's like night and day, right? It's another level of confidence that just rose up in me. And so for the people that, I'm called to, I ain't called to everybody, but for the people that I am called to, hey, God, I want to see y'all, like, confident in what God gave y'all, like, confident in how he changed your life. Like, I don't know about y'all, but he did a work in me. I'm like, God, I'm a walking miracle, and I thank him. And I look back every single day just thanking God. Like, that's wild. Like, today I was thinking about how I really was a teenage mom, y'all. Like, I really had a baby a week after my 14th birthday. That's wild to me. I look back and I'm looking at her and I'm like, wow. Like, I was on FaceTime with her the other day and I said, wow, God, this is really my daughter. Like, it's just moments like that where God will just, like, you'll just, I can't even explain it, but I just be thanking God, because I remember pushing her out. I remember being, 14, just 14. And I remember the nurse, like it was like yesterday. It was a guy. He was like light skinned. He kind of looked like he was mixed with something. He had really pretty gray, green eyes. And he just like really cared for me. And he was like, wow, you 14? Like, and I was like, that's wild, I'm 14. And back then I really didn't think much of it. I really didn't understand or, like realize the severity of my situation. But now that I look back and, I'm like, wow, I really was a 14-year-old mother. That's wild. And then, I went through a lot of tragedy, like a lot of trauma. I went through a lot of things. But it was crazy how my thinking, like God was with me, right? He helped me to make decisions and, so that I could like survive. I mean, it's crazy. I think about some of the people that I were, surrounded by. I went to a school called Meta P. Washington here in the city of St. Louis, and it was nothing but teen moms. Like, those are the kind of environments I was in, so it felt normal. It was like my norm. All I saw was teen moms, right? And then I was in foster care, so then I lived in a group home with teen moms. And it was like not the same moms that was at the school. So these even more teen moms, right? And so that's all that I saw, right? Day in and day out, that became my norm. Like, yeah, we have babies young. And yet again, I still didn't realize the severity of my situation. But it was something like God was so in me, y'all. Like, I wasn't in church. I didn't have any like spiritual leaders over me, like none of that. Like when my mama gave me over to Christ when I was a baby, she meant that thing for real. As my mother prayed for me, she meant that thing. Her prayers came to pass. One thing I'm going to say is that my mother prayed for me. She had to be praying for me. My mother had to be praying for me because it was no way. Like I remember just being, I think like 15 or 16, thinking like, man, I'm going to a different school every year. I don't want to raise my baby like this. I don't want her going to 13 different schools. And I understood what was happening. I recognized that I was missing curriculum. I had no stability as it pertains to relationships and friendships. Like I was in and out of class. It's almost like it was like a blur to me. Like I don't even really remember. Like I remember vague moments of fun time, but I don't really remember being in high school, y'all. What's up, Joe? I don't even remember really like, I just felt like it was just something I had to do. Like, it wasn't like a time of, just enjoyment. Like, I wasn't looking forward to prom and homecoming. And so when I see my daughter, I saw her, I said, listen, God, my daughter got to go to one school district. Like, I don't want her all over the place, right? And I'm like 16 years old asking God this. This is a big prayer. And I don't even know if it's going to come to pass, right? I'm not even realizing that I'm asking God for something. And I haven't even thought about if it's going to come to pass. I'm just like, God, like, I don't want her going to all these different schools. When she got into kindergarten, I remember walking her to school and I remember thinking to myself, like, she got to go to this school until she out of 5th grade, period. Like, we'll figure out middle school, but she got to be here from this day until her last day in 5th grade. And when I tell you God moved and shifted things for me, we moved out of the district for about two years. And then the principal was like, I told the principal, like, my baby can't go to different schools. Like, I need her to stay here. I need her to stay here at this school. And she was like, yeah, she can stay. Can you get her to school back and forth, right? They even set it up to where she can get a cab back and forth. Like, it was crazy. I'm looking back like, wow, God really made a way for me. Then she was in middle school, right? We were still in the district. Thank God she was able to catch the bus. But I remember just staying in one spot, a place where I knew I could afford, because I'm like, yo, we here. This where we about to be, because my kids can't be bounced around. Like, that's just not something that I wanted for them. And God made a way every single time. And so when I look back over my life and how God like made a way, with those prayers, in my innocence, like, I'm like, I know God gonna do everything, that I ask, concerning my children. Like, I know he hears me. Right. So let that be of encouragement to you all. Right. You didn't go through all this hell in your life, make these decisions just to come out and be basic and to be afraid and timid and scared about what God is giving you. Like, what you got in you is phenomenal. It's big. It's powerful. Like, God gonna use it. Like, some of the stuff that y'all are sitting on, I'm telling you, it's going to solve some of your problems, but you got to open up your mouth, right? You got to pursue that thing. You got to go ahead and launch it as best as you know how. Like, and as you grow, God, it's going to evolve, right? Like, it'll evolve. We not basic. We not basic. But yeah, so I just look over my life and I'm like, wow, God, like, you know, you brought me through some pretty severe like situations, and I'm looking at my future like God, what I'm saying, like you gotta come to pass. Like, and if the Bible said that he gonna do exceedingly and above all, like more than I could ask for, think, or imagine. I mean, that's crazy because I'm already thinking big, right? Like, man, you just never know what that thing will do. Like, but you gotta just open up your mouth. You gotta show up. Period. You gotta show up. Who's on here? Hey, y'all. Yes, Yolanda. I do not look. Thank God. Thank God. God is so faithful, y'all. So anyway, I'm excited about the media. I'm excited. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. You know, like when I look at myself, like I remember back then, like I never saw myself as even a graphic designer. I think it's just so phenomenal that God he just does things. Like I wanted to just be a social worker. I just wanted to be in social work, like to help foster youth, you know, homeless and runaway kids. Like that's all I saw for my life. When I was little, I wanted to be a heart doctor. And then as I got older and start going through things, I'm like, yo, I'm going to be a social worker. I'm going to work in foster care. I'm going to work in social services. Like, and I just saw myself only moving up in these agencies. Like, I never saw myself as a graphic designer. It was so foreign to me. I thought that was something that you had to go to school for like 8 years or something. Like, I thought that was something that, you know, like you look at things like Disney and all these big companies creating movies and stuff like that. I'm like, that is out of my reach. Like, no way for me. I thought it was like, you know, I didn't even think it was in my character to even do it. But like God prophesied it through my pastor, Elam. And then, you know, I was just obedient. I allowed God to use me. I said, you know what, I'm going to put my hands to it. And as a result, God did some things. And now here we are. We got Fresh Digital. Crazy, right? Like, I just think that's amazing. I just think that's so amazing. So anyway, we're not basic. Be excited about what God is doing through your life. I'm excited. So I had to just go live. I just wanted to go live. Ooh, I'm getting stars, period. I really like this new live setup. Anyway, I love you all. Just wanted to go live. Wanted to show up. You all have an amazing night. And if you're interested in being a part of the community, right? You know, we're just focusing and becoming more intentional on media and marketing. Focusing on, like, we have a monthly book study. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna read one book a month. And I think it's phenomenal because I have the access, like I have a way to get my Fresh crew free books. Like, we don't gotta get on Amazon and pay more coin for books. Like, they're gonna be free. So I think that's absolutely amazing. You know, when I'm able to just offer some free resources that's going to benefit us, right? Like, I think that's amazing. So I'll post the link. Hey. So I'll post the link if y'all want to join. I'm really excited about it. Like, and I'm excited about, you know, just a new platform, like just having this whole totally different app. Because when we come on social media, like, it's loud. And so I'm like, my Facebook groups wasn't giving what was supposed to have been gave for me, right? Like, when I would get on there, I would just be so like overwhelmed with everything, all the other messages coming on through social media. And I'm like, I know other people are feeling this way, right? So I wanted to create a separate space. So when you all come into my new platform off the social media apps, you know, it's a level of peace, right? We're it's more, you know, we more intentional over there. You're able to retain, right? Sometimes you got to break away from all the noise, get what you need, and then come back, you know, level-headed. With intention, with purpose, right? With the plan, with the strategy. And so that's what I see for Fresh Digital, right? We're going to have our studying. We're going to read our books. We're going to, you know, mastermind, all that fun stuff in the group. And then once we come back on these media sites, whether it's your podcast or magazines or social media or whatever, you know, you're going to come back with some intention, right? You're going to come back focused. And so that's my intention. That's what I look forward to. On top of that, y'all, Instagram was real ghetto today. Like, so many accounts, like, randomly like lost access, people's followers was declining, all these different things. And I saw one girl, she was like panicking on TikTok, like, oh my god, she spent like 10 years building up her her audience on Instagram. You know, she was like, what am I going to do? But that's why it's so important to be able to get your audience off of social media, whether it's an email list or, you know, whatever, like another, you know, your platform, your app, your website, like get your followers onto another site, because we don't own these apps. Like Zuckerberg, dude over here fighting with Elon Musk because Elon done bought Twitter. Who knows what took place? Elon probably could have hacked Instagram. Like, what's up? I don't know what happened. I'm just talking. I'm just being funny. But you just never know with these social media apps. It'll be here today, gone tomorrow. And yes, we spend a lot of time creating content for social media, you know, engaging, interacting, things like that. But it ain't promised, right? It's not promised. It's, you know, we just got to get off this app. So I'm excited to be able to take people that's for me off the social media apps and bring them onto, you know, my own platform. Elam eating candy. He getting away with it because I'm online. Here, Elam. Here. No. Here, get this one. Anyway. Period. So I'm excited about that. So we're going to be talking about that kind of stuff. And y'all, it's like some heavy hitters in this community too. Like, I got people with doctorates, therapists. Like, it's amazing. Like, these ain't not like no rookies, you know. These are like people like, man, I found value in what it is that you have to offer. And it is. It's going to be a place for, like, you know, beginners. You know, like, I feel like, you know, I got a good reach. So if you looking, right, look, he don't even want it. Period. GG is lit. I'm excited. Anyway, I love you all. I should probably go take him outside to run around because he ate like 4 pieces of candy. So yeah. All right, y'all have a good night. Until next time. Period.